Gee, I wonder what this could be. Hello everyone, I'm Titanium Star, and welcome to my first Let's Play of Pikmin. This is the first game in a series I think is very underrated, especially when put next to many of Nintendo's huge IPs, such as Mario, Zelda, and those other games that you probably already know of. Still, it's a really fun game, as well as one of my favorite series, so hopefully through this Let's Play I can show you all what it is I love about this game so much, and maybe even make you consider trying it out yourself. On that note, I plan to make this somewhat of an informative Let's Play, going over many aspects of the game. I will say, I am really bad at the game, and I'm by no means an expert, but hopefully I can go over many of the things that are necessary to learn about Pikmin. With that being said, this is Attraction Mode, which shows up if you leave the game on the start screen without doing anything. It's basically a demo of the gameplay you'll be seeing in Pikmin, and it really it's kind of, as the name suggests, it's trying to attract you into playing the game. Well, anyways, without further ado, let's get beginning. This is the file select screen. There's not much to say here, other than the fact it's just a normal file select screen. You can copy and erase, and I have a file that's on day 3 currently. Let's just start a new file. My name is Captain Olimar. While traveling through space, my ship was struck by a meteor. I must have blacked out, and I woke on the surface of a weird planet. With so many parts lost, the skeletal hull of my beloved dolphin is a painful sight. The engine is gone. I'm stranded. To make matters worse, my atmospheric sensors indicate this planet's environment contains high levels of poisonous oxygen. My life support systems can function for only 30 days. If I can't repair the dolphin by then? No! Better not think about it. I must find the missing ship parts. First impressions? Ouch. We have our work cut out for us. Our ship is destroyed, to say the least, and I don't think we'll be getting off for any long. I have recovered 0 out of 30 ship parts. Just one more part will increase the dolphin's capabilities. Yikes. We have to find 30 parts in 30 days. We don't even know if we'll be getting off this planet by today. I think we'll be stuck here. Besides that, on a more cheerful note, this music is very, very different from the one we heard in the intro cutscene. It's a lot more cheerful. And it's quite a dramatic twist from the beginning. Anyways, we can't really do much except whistle with B, which has no use, apparently. And if we press A, we punch at the floor. Ah! Curse this planet! Ah! Screw you, flower! I wonder if this thing has anything to do with it. Maybe we should just walk up to it and see what happens. Wow, Olimar, what great color restoration powers you have. And what great teleportation powers you have too, from teleporting from the back of the place to the front. A strange thing has appeared before me. I'd barely begun my search when it had reared up as if it were waiting for me. It then dropped a single seed. What is it? Is it alive? Is it a machine? It resembles a vegetable on my home planet that we call an onion. I should call this an onion too. Olimar, if this is what an onion looks like on your planet, I hope you don't eat them. Anyways, we see that there's a little tiny red sprout. The seed that the onion dropped in the root in the soil has now produced an adorable little sprout. This sprout emits a strange light, and it sways back and forth without benefit of wind. I cannot help but think it is calling out to me. I'm compelled. I must approach it and press A on the GameCube controller that I have holding on with me. So yes, I'm playing this game through an emulator. This is the GameCube version, and there are two versions of the game with GameCube controls and Wii controls. So you can tell this is the GameCube controls because the pointer you see in front of me is always facing whichever way Olimar is facing. If this were the Wii version, you could freely choose which way to shoot the Pikmin. To use your pointer, not Pikmin. Ooh. But it's a free moving pointer with the Wii sensor, and I think it's The seed that the onion has dropped has turned into an enchanting sprout that gives off a mysterious light. Could there be a reason the onion waited for me to arrive before sowing its seed? Perhaps something will happen if I approach the button and press A. Courage, Olimar! So the game thinks I'm stupid, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So, as to not piss off the game any further, I'm gonna do what it wants me to do. And press A. Extraordinary! When I plucked the sprout, it turned out to be a living creature, not a plant. Not a plant, which is not a living creature. Picking it has done no visible damage. It just stands there, staring at me. Its shape is similar to the Pick brand carrots I love so much. I believe I shall call it a Pikmin. Here I am, stranded on a toxic planet, fighting to survive, and yet I'm intrigued. I must research this fascinating creature. I shall try to grab it and throw it with A, and I will call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will react to C and X as well. The following controls allow me to view the several viewpoints. Yeah, we got it. So, basically, you saw all the controls here. I can move the camera around with these buttons. The left trigger allows me to face whichever direction Olimar is facing. A allows me to throw the Pikmin, and B allows me to call him back with the whistle. An interesting thing to note right now is if you're playing the Wii version, it will obviously differ in the cutscene between. What does this Pikmin think of me? I must observe its reactions. The more things I try, the more reactions I can catalog. I shall attempt to grab and throw it with A and call it to my side with B. Perhaps it will respond to— oh my god, it thinks I'm stupid again. Okay, I'll just do what the game wants me to do and throw the Pikmin at the pellet, which it will demonstrate that it is very good at carrying things, and then it's carrying back to the onion. And we see that it's sprouted 2 more seeds. Astonishing! The onion has sown more seeds. The small red pellet the Pikmin harvested after cutting down a flower appears to be some type of food that can propagate more Pikmin. The onion seems to be some sort of an incubator. Needless to say, I must study this strange life form more. So as you can see, if I were to throw the Pikmin at the pellet, it would destroy it instantly. And it can carry back the pellet to create more Pikmin. And so this is really what Pikmin is gonna be about for the first few days. The first day is gonna be all tutorial, and we're not gonna get much done besides getting over the controls and going over what we need to do and what our set goal is. And I apologize, but it's probably gonna be a very dull first day. But I promise you, by the second day, things will get much more interesting and we'll get much more things done. Here, we'll throw 2 Pikmin at that, and then we'll have 2 Pikmin carry this back. The top number represents how many Pikmin are needed to carry the object, and the bottom number represents how many Pikmin are carrying at the moment. So as you can see, the 1 pellet needs 1 Pikmin to be carried, but I used 2, so it would go faster. Now, this is a 5 pellet. It obviously needs 5 Pikmin to carry, and being so large, it will give out 5 red Pikmin. So you're probably wondering, hey, if the 5 on that pellet gives you 5 Pikmin, and the pellet I've been using so far only says 1, how come it gives you 2 Pikmin every time? Well, that's the thing. So, as you probably saw in the attraction mode, we're gonna be going over 3 different types of Pikmin here. And depending on what color it is, you'll get a bonus if you give the respective color to whatever Pikmin is carrying it. And because the red pellets are red, and the Pikmin we have are red, you get a bonus Pikmin out of the 1. Whereas if you were to say, get a yellow pellet, it would only give you 1 Pikmin. I believe for 5 pellets, you get 3 Pikmin if it's not the right Pikmin color, but I'm not sure. So don't quote me on that. Anyways, let's get our Pikmin together, and we see that this cardboard box is conveniently blocking our way. And we see a very conveniently located 10 on there. That indicates that we need 10 Pikmin to push this box. Luckily for us, we do have 10 Pikmin, and we will now destroy man's most mortal enemy, cardboard. The Pikmin are as curious as children. They form groups to perform tasks that would be impossible for an individual. A glimmer of hope has begun to shine in my heart. If I can make use of their skills, perhaps I can fix my ship. I shall sum up all I've learned of Pikmin conduct. Approach and press A to... Yeah, he's just going over all the controls now. And, oh, I shall record all of this in my computer. I can press Y to access the computer. So, if we press Y right now, we can see a basic menu. This gives you all of the controls here. And this basically tells you... This tells you all the Pikmin we have right now. So the top number shows how many Pikmin are with us in the moment. The onion shows how many Pikmin are in the onions. And free tells me how many Pikmin are out on the field, but not being whistled, so they're not part of our squad yet. So you see, if we were to whistle, that number would change from 12 to 2, and the amount of Pikmin we have is now 12. So let's go ahead and venture forth. And we find... Gee, I wonder if this will be important. The little red Pikmin just staring at the camera. He's like, hey, what are you guys doing? Amazing, there's no mistaking it. My ship's engine rests before my very eyes. By stroke of pure luck, I have already stumbled upon the most important piece of my damaged craft. Fate has smiled upon me, but how will I get it back to the dolphin? Whoa, Olimar, you seem to be forgetting. We have a bunch of red minions now. Now, minions, carry this back for me. I can carry the... Oh. We're just gonna pretend I remembered that we needed 20 Pikmin and we did not have 20 Pikmin. So, we're gonna pretend that never happened. And we're just gonna walk... Okay, I was gonna have to go over this sooner or later, but... Seeing as this is the first game of the franchise, the Pikmin AI is not really refined. You can see right there, the Pikmin tripped. The Pikmin tripping is going to be a very common occurrence in this Let's Play. And tripping is going to be very problematic because Pikmin are evidently a lot slower than Pikmin. Than Olimar, not Pikmin. Pikmin are slower than Pikmin. Jeez, what am I saying? See, as you can see, they're already struggling to keep up with me. And when they're tripping, they begin to lag behind quite a bit. And once they get behind you, once they get behind you a certain distance, they just give up and just stand there wherever they trip. And this really This gets really problematic later on when Pikmin are just left behind and you have to spend like the rest of the day looking for them and going back and calling them back to you, otherwise they will die. So, since we do not have 20 Pikmin, we're just gonna get all these Pikmin here. Again, I apologize because there's not much happening so far, because this first day is really just all tutorial, and oh, interesting. This is the thing I wanted to keep the Pikmin scouted for. So, as you can see, these Pikmin have buds on their heads, while all my previous Pikmin have leaves. So Pikmin have 3 life stages. It goes from leaf, bud, then flower. If you keep a Pikmin planted long enough, it will start growing to the next life stage. And as you can see, these have already grown to buds. On the first day, it is a viable strategy to just wait it out and wait for them all to become flowers, but I don't want to do that because that's kind of boring. So I'm going to save you all from being even more boring on this already dull day. When many Pikmin seeds sprout at once, I find it rather tedious to pluck them from the ground individually. My wife always told me I was no good at routine tasks. I guess I will try to get it all done at once by repeatedly tapping A until I pick all the Pikmin from the ground. Yes. So, while picking Pikmin, I haven't actually shown off what happens when you just press A and not repeatedly tap, because I've been doing that the whole time out of habit. If you were to just tap A, it would only pick the one Pikmin you chose. But if you repeatedly tap A, as I've been doing, it automatically picks all the Pikmin in order. I've noticed that when I add Pikmin to my group, they become filled with excitement and flushed with bright color. At other times, they revert to a paler hue and give off a dim glow. Paying close attention to these differences is bound to help me distinguish between Pikmin. Yes, so, oh, Jesus. So, I'm gonna pick out all these Pikmin. And I don't want to be overly negative about this game, but the Pikmin AI in this game is pretty bad. Like, compared to 2 and 3, which is what I'm used to, they've really improved the AI, and I've been spoiled by that, so I'll probably be complaining about the AI quite a bit. Like, for example, you saw me while I was walking up that cardboard... Stop tripping! You saw me as I was trying to walk up the cardboard box. Many Pikmin do not know how to stay in a line and stay on the thing that is gonna keep them on path. So they'll frequently fall off things like bridges and just get stuck behind the corners, and it's just a pain sometimes. Anyways, either way, we're gonna go over the thing that Olimar was talking about. So you see all my red Pikmin are all obviously red, but when I dismiss my Pikmin with X, they all become this pale color, almost like glowing. And this can really help you distinguish on which Pikmin are actually in your group and which Pikmin are not. So, as you can see, if I have my whole group here, you can obviously see that some of their leaves are glowing and some are not. And this would help me know that some Pikmin are obviously not in my group. Also, this seems like a... Let's just go ahead and get this treasure. Not treasure, ship part. Shoot, that's gonna be a common thing, isn't it? I'm just so used to calling it treasure because in 2 and 3, you don't collect ship parts, you collect... Well, in 3 you collect fruits, but in 2 you collect treasures. So, I'm probably gonna be calling them treasures by accident quite a bit. And I apologize for that. Anyways, while these Pikmin are really slow carrying the engine back, I feel like it's a good time to go over the UI. So, starting from the left to the right, the left you see Olimar's icon with the green circle. The green circle represents Olimar's health. So right now, Olimar won't be hurt by anything, so his health isn't really of much concern. And right here is how many red Pikmin we have currently. So, you see, we have 25 Pikmin with me. Oh, sorry, not... Oh, sorry, I skipped one. So, right here, this one is what kind of Pikmin we have selected. So right now, you see I have red Pikmin, but if I were to walk over to the red bud Pikmin, you would see that the icon changes, because I'm now, if I were to press A, I would now be holding the bud Pikmin. This is how many Pikmin you have in your squad, so like, if I were to throw one away, I would now have 24 Pikmin in my squad. This is how many Pikmin are out on the field, and that is how many Pikmin are alive currently. So, the onion is basically a home for your Pikmin, and if I were to put away like 5 Pikmin... Come on. You'll see that the Pikmin on the field decreases, but the amount of Pikmin alive still stays to 25. This is very useful. Also, controls in this game, I have no problem with either of the controls, Wii or GameCube, but I'm much more used to Wii controls. But I will say there is no definitive way to play Pikmin. It really just comes down to preference. I just prefer aiming with the Wii remote, and playing with GameCube controls just sounded interesting at the time of making this, so I decided to give it a try. Anyways, I will say, I'm really bad at aiming with GameCube controls, like, so far. So, you're probably gonna see me struggle with fights in the future. On another note, in the first game, throwing is significantly slower. Like, you'll see if I were to throw Pikmin like this, you'll see that it's not very fast. And this would probably take up quite a bit of time. Thankfully, there is a trick that exists that allows you to throw much faster. So basically, if you were to swarm your Pikmin around Olimar while also throwing, you can throw significantly faster. I'm not very good at this, but I hope to show this off eventually, like, somewhat. But anyways, let's just let them carry this ship piece back. I will stand right here behind the ship. Wow, Olimar, you're great at teleporting. You disappeared from the back of the ship instantly. Oh, glorious. With the help of these Pikmin, I've taken a huge step back towards... Oh, he means a huge step towards back home. Not a huge step back. Okay. Ignore my stupidity. My ship can once again lift off. The glimmer of hope is beginning to burn more brightly. But what has become of the remaining parts? That search starts tomorrow. One day since impact. Ugh. I've somehow managed to launch the dolphin, but I was surprised to see the onion lift off with me. Perhaps the Pikmin cannot survive overnight on the planet's surface, or have they merely decided to join me for other reasons? Either way, it seems like they will help me again tomorrow. The dolphin's missing 29 parts. If I can't recover them all, I may never return home to my family on planet Hakatate. Analysis shows life support systems will function for only 29 more days. How can I repair my dolphin in such a short time? A dense forest is visible on the surface below. As it holds the keys to my survival, I name it the Forest of Hope. I explore it tomorrow. This is the end of the day selection screen, and it basically shows you what you did throughout the day. You can see how many Pikmin you sprouted, lost in battle, and hopefully we'll have none of these in this Let's Play, but left behind. I would just like to take this moment to say how much I love the soundtrack in this game. Like, for example, this theme in particular is so good. I'm just gonna mute myself so you guys can listen better. I'll leave in the description a link of of an entire playlist of the Pikmin soundtrack, because it really is a really great soundtrack, and I wish more people would talk about it more. Anyways, let's just go ahead and save the game. This is our map selection. You can select what area to go to, and we have here our impact site, the first place we went to, and the Forest of Hope, where Olimar says we will be going. Now that we know where to go and we have a destination, and we discovered our red Pikmin, we've gotten our first ship part, and we have a clear sight on where to go next. I think it's time we ended off this episode. Next time on Pikmin, we'll be going to the Forest of Hope, like Olimar said, and hopefully finding more ship parts. See you guys then.